should apologise. What's going on, mother lovers? Live and direct. We're right here. How's the missus,
Let me
mate?
just stop that.
Wow, you see?
Prescient.
See that?
Now, all of a sudden, they got me here doing the weather. I'm Trevor McDiggy. Trevor McDonald's out there doing news. That's what I should be doing, not this weather.
See it there?
2012.
2012, bro. I was on, like, that was my little subliminal, yeah? Let me put it out there like that. Nah, joke. You know what? That was their subliminal. I was probably on about the swine or H1N1 or something around them times.
What was out
You know what I mean?
2012?
It was some animal. Or no, it could have been there was Hong Kong, something about Hong Kong flu or something like that in it. But I'm sure it was an animal. Around them times, they were still on the animal flex. It was like pigs, birds, you know what I mean? Now they upgraded to bats. You know,
2012
whatever,
flu.
man. You ain't hear about no goat flu or nothing. You hear about cow pox,
Yeah.
chicken pox, you know what I mean? They go for animals.
MERS, yeah, 2012
Yeah,
MERS.
see it there? MERS. And MERS was meant to be camel.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but they
Camel
thought,
flu.
yeah, if we say camel flu, like people around them ways are gonna be a bit like, right, bruv, really? You're gonna say camel flu? You ain't gonna say like Middle Eastern flu or what's it called? No, MERS actually
It
is.
was called Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome.
So yeah, they're like you can't call it camels because people will think that's a bit racist, I guess. If you
race in the camel.
the camel flu. They can say bat flu. There's bats everywhere.
That's the thing is there's only camels in a certain area, yeah.
Mm.
So how do you then explain that the camel spread to like America?
Well, they're obviously going to try and say, like, look, I'll make up the story now. Do you want me to give you the story now? This is the story now, and you're going to believe it. Like, if you're... like,
But
normally
2012
wrong.
was a big year, remember? That was the end of the Mayan calendar as well. So
Yeah,
they couldn't
2012.
blow this flu thing too far out of, that to...
Olympics. They
That's
were
it.
probably
Yeah,
like,
Olympics,
oh,
yeah.
shit, we should have got there just... we messed it up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So here's the story. Some Europeans visited, some from Holland, the others were from France, and then there's always a couple from the UK. It's always got to be, whether it be Scotland, Wales, there's always, bam, they were there, they were riding the camels, you know what I mean? 2 weeks later, come back, bam, they didn't quarantine or nothing, there you go, spread. And with one of the couples, they actually have, like one of them's Indian. So then they went home, bam, they spread it out in India. And then someone that was around them in India, they were on their way to another, you know what I mean? You just hit different continents, bam, bam,
12-hour layover in an airport.
Yeah, 12
missed their
hours.
flight.
Bruv. And you got the aircon. It's believable, no? Like, we've won. We've already made our story. Let's put it out there. Hit up the press.
It's believable.
What's
Contact
going
your
on, mother
friends.
lovers? But yeah, my point there was I wanted to apologise for the the Jimmy Savile shout out. I kind of, you know what I mean? I kind of messed up on that one. I understand there are people out there that probably feel a bit like, right, bruv, really? You're going to be... But you got to remember, back then, we were all fooled. Like, you didn't know either. Like, some people might have had an inkling, but we didn't know. No. Like, we know now. So therefore... I apologize. I shouldn't need to, but just in case anyone was offended, you know what I mean? If you got your Jim will fix it badge and, you know what I mean, you lost some weight, crying tears over that shit, I do apologize. Shout out to Gleam in the building. What's going on, bruv? He says, bruh, finally, when I'm chilling. That's good to hear. 10 years later, you know what I mean? UK wrap-ups, that's how we do, man. It is, you get a nostalgic feeling, man, watching them. Definitely, like, I ain't gonna lie. It's like, I kind of had fun doing that, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Might have to jump on that.
And it is, even us sitting here, we're still laughing about some parts of it. So.
Yeah, exactly. And, even talking about Kate and William getting married, I was like, right, how would I have dropped it with these two? You know what I mean?
What with
Meghan and the Harry,
Yeah, and the new baby named after
Archie in it or something.
No, the new baby's named after
Is it
Queen Elizabeth's nickname when she was. Have you not heard it?
Nah.
Oh,
What the
it's-
baby's name?
yeah.
Shout out to my brother DJ Lock in the building. What's going on? What's going on, mother lovers? We're here again, man. It's Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? Woden's Day. Mercury's Day.
It's Wednesday when you decide when.
You decide when, innit? When you're going to do this, when you're going to do that. When are you going to get ready for the weekend?
Lilibeth.
What?
Lilibeth.
Lilibeth.
The baby's called Lilibeth.
Later. You serious?
Yeah, and it's
like
the
Lily Beth or
no,
Lilibeth?
it's the nickname that the Queen had because she couldn't say her own name when she was a baby, so they named it after the Queen's nickname, Lilibeth.
Yeah, that's some Northwest jagger. That's like Kanye and Kim, man. On some. Really, you gonna name your children that?
Name it after.
What's your
nickname?
name? Lilibeth.
Yeah.
Oh, what's her
Oh,
name?
look,
Elizabeth. No, it's Lilibeth. It really is Lilibeth. Like what? Yeah, Lilibeth. She'll grow up saying her name. The people are like, yo, she can't say her name properly.
But it don't matter.
Yeah. Why are you whispering? Yeah, because I don't want her to hear me.
I'm
Her
gonna.
name is Elizabeth.
I'm gonna name my first child after my dad's nickname,
What was that?
Dumbo. Because he had big ears. So I'm going to bring a kid up called Dumbo.
Dumbo.
Get over here. Dumbo.
Dumb.
Wait,
When he comes around the corner with his friends, dumb. You'd be like, you bastards. Yeah, that is messed up. I've always felt like, what your parents call you, that was their choice. It might not have been your choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they give you a name and you're like, right, really? I got to walk around being called this shit now.
Yeah, you get to pick your name later on.
Yeah, I guess you do. So people should respect that, innit? It's like you didn't get to choose that name.
But do you even get to pick your own name later with your friends? I think they sort of tend to give you a nickname, don't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Like my dad didn't choose Dumbo. He didn't.
Nah?
He didn't.
Look in the mirror.
I guess I do have big ears.
Who do I remind myself of? You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey guys, how you lot doing? Yeah. Listen, man, I want you to call me Dumbo from now on. Is that right? Like, what? You sure? He did. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Other people do give you a nickname, but then you still get to approve it, unless it's people that can beat you up. Of course.
The thing is, if you try and fight against the nickname that you get given, then
it becomes your nickname. Yeah, it's like when people they got a sticker and they pat it on your back.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't like it at first, if you don't retaliate enough, you ain't gonna see it anyway because it's on your back. Then bam, that's your name, bruv. Why is everyone calling me, bruv? All right, one of my nicknames when I was young. Now you're not gonna, but you know what I mean. This is what we do here. We give you something you might not never know nothing about. When I was young, my nickname was Scream for Cream.
What?
Yeah. The first, I went play center. Like my mum sent me play center. And this is like the first time I met, some of the guys around my area. So I was about probably 8 or maybe a bit younger, 7, 8 sort of age. Bam. People was like, rah, hey, rah, look at his legs. Look at his legs. Like I had shorts on and that. And you know what I mean? For some reason, I was at the age where, like, it's like you kind of dress yourself. You get yourself to put yourself together, like put your clothes on and all that. That age where it's like your mum don't bathe you anymore. And
What age was that?
I was around 8-ish. So you know what I mean? It's a long time since, yeah. And I was like,
18 for me.
Well, I'm still breastfeeding now, bro. What are you talking about?
My mum still picks my clothes out. No, she doesn't.
Yeah. You sure?
No.
I always thought maybe she did, man. Yeah. And so, yeah, I went to, you know what I mean? Obviously, she let me go out the way I looked. I'm not knowing anything. But when I get to play center, they're all cracking up at me. And then they're like, bruv, look at his legs. And I was like, what? And I hadn't creamed my legs Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I creamed my whole, maybe I just creamed my face, but I ain't done my legs. And on people, you know, of my color, when you don't cream your legs, you look like a crackhead. You know, that's why you might see me like this, you know, I'll put a little lip balm, you know what I mean? Because if I don't, I'll look like a crackhead. You lot will be like, yo, Mice looks, fuck, is Mice all right? Is he good now? Like, you know, what's going on with him? Like, just because of the dry lips, all kind of shit. Is he still like doing stuff? And you know, it'll be all that to go. Yeah, Ashy Larry, shout out to Black Eyes Lad, it'll be the fuck you for that. But he said Ashy Larry. It's true though. Ashy Larry, boy. When the shit's ashy, I'll tell you what to look out for. All my European brothers and sisters, yeah? Look out for the elbows, the lips. If they got their knees showing, check the knees and the ankles. The ankles is a place where you might see a lot of ash. You know what I mean? It's just chalky. Yeah.
Ankles?
Yeah. Some people they don't touch the ankles. They forget about the ankles. They cream all up here, they forget the ankles. Yeah, so that's why, you know, black people like to use like all kind of moisturizers and all that just to it keeps it supple, keeps the gleam. Shout out to gleam. You see the gleam on my forehead? Look. This is special, man.
Back of your feet. Son of Noise says elbows, knees, back of your feet.
See it there? Shout to Son of Noise. Shout to Son of Noise. Yeah, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. But I said elbows, knees, yeah, back of your feet. It's got to be done, brother. And I'll tell you another place. Look for in between the fingers. Yeah, you see the bit that joins the fingers. Yeah, look for in between there as well. All your brown and dark coloured.
The only place I get a lot of dry skin is like in my beard and my head. So
yeah,
I think people call it dandruff.
That. Yeah.
But yeah.
Ah, that's a good nickname, dandruff.
Fuck off.
Well, brother, that DNA, boy.
Dandruff
and
DNA.
It literally is DNA.
It's true. It is
You can
DNA.
take
I'm
samples.
shedding DNA all the time.
Take all types of samples, boy. Nah, that's why I moisturize, bro. Everything. I'm like, yeah. I use it's funny enough, it's called shea butter, but it's good because it's not. You know, you can eat it. You know what I mean? It's not nothing like
same as coconut oil. Yeah.
yeah.
I do sometimes put that in my hair or my beard. Or
That's actually it's good, man, because it's antibacterial as well.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So
If we've got any coconut oil or shea butter sponsorship out there,
yeah, man, hit us up. You know what I mean? We got shea butter all day, baby, all day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, Ashy Larry. So yeah, Scream for Cream. So they called me Scream for Cream. Back in the day, there was an advert. I think it was for some kind of cream, but it was like, oi, Scream for Cream. I know you like it. Oi. Scream for Cream. It's like that. Yeah, bruv, so they would call me Scream for Cream.
kids are pretty inventive.
Yeah, man.
And cruel, but
I had that and Black Brown Rovers. Because I guess I was dark for them. I was like, right, man is black, boy. So yeah, Black Bro. So that's two fucked up nicknames you might not never know nothing about. But yeah, you know, like you said, people they choose it for you. I wasn't happy with them nicknames, but unfortunately, them lot could beat me up, so I couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't do a whole lot.
you got to go with it until
Yeah.
you become a rapper and then choose your own name.
And yeah, until you could beat them up.
And then you
as
just
well.
do like loads of songs where you tell them your name.
Yeah,
and then that's the way you're like, don't call me Scream for Cream anymore.
That's what Maestro has become, my new Scream for Cream, isn't it?
Yeah, right, I suppose. Yeah, other people impose it on you.
Now, anyway. But, you know, I'm not mad at that, to be honest. I don't mind.
No, grown up now.
Yeah, man. I've got past it all.
It's all just names that don't mean anything.
Names.
It's only words.
Yeah, the worst thing about names is, you know, even just titles in general. These are all things that, you know, like you said, we're talking about people choose, you know, it depends really, innit? Whether you choose it or not, but these are titles that aren't even really you. They're constructs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But people get so attached to them constructs that we can have wars and all of this madness going on. There's all this beef going on. Rah, 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 rah. You try and mess with these ends. Like, I'm from this postcode, and you're from that postcode, that man, or this color. Yeah, I represent this color. And you're like, right, boy, this is how attached we get to this thing that isn't really even. It isn't what. All right, for instance, I've got a mouse here. Who decides we call this a mouse? Someone decided to call it that, but it could be called anything we want. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But people could, yeah, man, it's got to be a mouse. There's a mouse because a mouse. No, man. It could be called a parrot because, kind of you think it and then it parrots what you're thinking onto the screen. So, no, it looks like a mouse. It's just a tail and it moves around like a mouse.
Yeah, the tail's a giveaway.
Hmm. But it could, if people call it anything,
been called a
and it's
vowel.
the same with us. We could be whatever, but we get carried away with this country versus that country, or these people versus that people, and it's like someone's giving us that. Do you know what I mean? And then we turn into these like the animals over these things. We get way too attached. It's like don't get me wrong. I get like there's tribes and this, that, and the third, but to the point where people start killing each other over it, that's when it's like, wow, man. Hey, things could be a bit easier. If it's just to do with the name, just, you know what I mean? Calm the fuck down a bit.
You have to have like a certain understanding though between
definitely.
the people, and if I suppose people have to know what, not just where your physical borders are, but where your like mental, cultural, social, psychological
spiritual
borders are.
Yeah.
You don't want them imposed on.
Yeah, I get that.
So some people don't mind people imposing their stuff on them. I don't know. I presume nobody does, but that's me. I'm just projecting onto everyone. But do you know what I mean? Some people probably don't really care about that sort of stuff. I do. So for me, I'd be like, that's where my border is. So like, don't step over that line. But then you have to decide what level of punishment that is adequate for it, I suppose. And sometimes just like slapping someone's legs isn't enough.
Nah. Give them a neck back slap might be needed. You know what I mean? Certain people need that neck back slap. I'm telling you, boy, just wake up a little. Like you're getting carried away, man. Getting carried away. Jeez.
But the mutual respect for each other should be always there, shouldn't it? So you've got borders, like, where you stand even. If someone comes into that space and you say to them, do you mind just moving back a little bit? And they're like, don't you like me standing near you? I want to stand near, then they have to understand you've got your borders and
you've got your space.
You've got your space. They should have their space. So, but how do you get a sort of message to everybody that everybody has to be more respectful to each other?
I think,
because there's always going to be some people who are just like, no, fuck that. I'll go and stand where I want.
Yeah, exactly. I think because of that, like you're always going to get people that, it's intrinsic in a way, man. It's like the time you're born, when, where, your parents, how you're brought up, the ideals you're given and all these sort of things. So you're always going to get people they think a different way and, do you know what I mean? But I think it's going to be then more of a sort of overall moral understanding that this is how I think, this is how you think, and we should respect that. Like, it doesn't have to be that because I don't agree with you or vice versa, that now we have to be at odds with each other, because it's kind of, in the end, we're both mirroring each other, which means that we're probably not doing what, we're not acting in the way that we should, in order for there to just be, okay, cool, like, I'm content with that. It means that we're not content with who we are and what's going on. And I think that's a hard wall to knock down with a lot of people, because they kind of think in just one linear way, and they're not, not a lot of people have an open mind enough that they can, understand that there's, it's almost like there's the law of nature. Do you know what I mean? There's laws of nature. Like, we understand there's, you don't go into the lion's den, or there's certain things that there's no point, because it ends up in a place where we know. And it's the same thing with this, going back and forth. What happens in the end? Nothing. Like, it never goes, oh, okay, you're angry, I'm angry, good, man, a little bit angry. Someone's going to get hurt, or something goes wrong. So I think it's a case of people understanding that. And for that to happen, you know, they only listen to the mainstream. The reason why the world is this way, like it's been continuous, like perpetual war, fear, you know, like famine, like all these things that have people in these different levels of fear and, you know, worry, is because it's lucrative. You know, if people are worried about this, then they're more likely to get sick from it. Or if we tell them this is running out, then they're more likely to buy more of it. Or, do you know what I mean? It's lucrative to give people that energy. And, you know, unfortunately, the powers that be kind of, they control that and they make that happen. But I feel like they're the only way that can get across to people is, you know, even with all this stuff going on, I'm like, yo, so if Boris came out now and said, oh, we made a mistake, it's not as bad as it was, you know, people probably wouldn't believe it even. So I don't even know if that would work. But I feel like in order for people to kind of get more of an understanding of how, yeah, we are all different and we're allowed to be different. We don't need to be so different that we're angry with each other all the time for being different. It's kind of like, you're not going to change that by being angry. Do you know what I mean? And, oh, back and forth, oh, us versus you. So I honestly feel that a lot of it has just been planted there for us to be like this way. You know, stuff's always coming up now. In my opinion, everything that's out there in the mainstream, you know, after learning the stuff that I've learned over this year, I believe that majority of what we get, the news that we get in terms of the mainstream, is given to us in order to provoke some form of energy, whether it be negative. Yeah, most of the time it is negative, but it's, you know, so whether it be TV programs or movies or whatnot, it's not just about, hey, this is just entertainment. There's something behind it, because there's always a gatekeeper that says, yes, we can play this on our network, or yes, this will be next up in the cinemas, or, you know, there's always someone that's like, oh, well, no, we'll put that out next year. This will go on hold till, you know, and because of that, and then the sort of underlying, you know, we get so many things that have come out, and you go, yo, have you seen people like, yo, have you seen Utopia? Have you seen that thing Utopia? Yeah, like, bruv, we've watched that. And then you watch it and you're like, yo, it's like they would try to tell man back then, 2013, like, yeah, just get prepared for this. Plant this little seed here. It's just entertainment, you know. And because it's just entertainment, people don't think, oh, wow, maybe are they trying to tell us that? Nah, I'm going mad, man. They ain't trying to tell us that. But in my opinion, because so many things have happened since then, and that have come out in either TV programs or in movies, whatnot. And then I feel the news, it's almost like the real shit is in the fantasy world of entertainment, and then all the fake shit is in like the news and the papers and all, you know, all of that stuff is just to, yeah, let's promote this type of energy for everyone to get anxious about and have them worried about this, you know, whether the sun may disappear, and, you know what I mean, or now it's aliens. Now it's like, oh, right, so what, they're admitting that aliens were here. Like, really?
Where's that? I've got that up somewhere. Disclosure month or something. Is that what it is? It's like, this is the month when it was all. I'm just gonna. First of all, we've got a new green screen.
Oh yeah, let's show them the green. Hey, check out the green screen. You mother lovers, boy. Let's see.
Hang on. Oh.
Yeah, boy.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Welcome to the blue planet, mother lovers. Follow me. Follow me, man. We're going to go in the sea with my friends here. They're helping me out. I don't need none of that, you know what I mean? I'm good. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Dan DNA. Holding down the boards, boy. Right there, a.k.a. Dan Druff. So let's get into... Come on, man. I'm screaming for cream, bro. What do you want me to do, man? Jesus. That's madness. So, yeah. Check this out. X-Files. Powerful forces. are behind U.S. release of UFO footage, and more videos may be revealed, says government investigator. They want us to believe these little blobs on the screen are UFOs. O's. This says the U.S. has a hidden agenda in its sudden push for disclosure on the UFOs as the 180-day deadline for a government report on the subject looms. A world-leading investigator has claimed, okay? Nick Pope, a former UFO investigator for the UK's Ministry of Defence. So he's a former UFO investigator for the UK's Ministry of Defence. Okay. He told The Sun online, the world may never know why the Pentagon has done a U-turn after decades of denial on unidentified phenomena. The world may never know. For real? You think the world may never know? You think the world might not never know nothing about you lot talking shit to us, feeding us some BS. Bruv, they've, because when you think about it, like, look at us. We got a green screen here. This is, like, obviously nothing compared, but they're on the levels where they can make shit look like it's real.
Well, no one knows this is actually underwater. We're filming this. We've got an underground. We've got like an underwater. But yeah, what you're saying, something like the moon landing.
Yeah,
you could easily. We've done this easily in this room with a computer and,
you know what I mean?
And a piece of cloth. So
when they're talking about the alien landing, have you seen that? There's like this building. I saw a video of this building where there was, some weird 3D thing going on, but basically they make it look like this arm is reaching out from this big building. It's a big, massive arm, and it goes like that, and and reaches out. Hold on, let me check my elbows, boy. I thought I was fucking up there. Nah, they're not ashy, just a little bit dark. That's from when man's resting, you know what I mean? When man puts the elbow and...
All right, Scream. Yeah, all right, Scream.
Bruv, I get the elbows, man, trust me. Supreme. You know what I mean? I'll make sure I get the elbows supremely. I have to, you know what I mean? You put there's extra time into the elbow part, just in case, boy. Just look out for rappers. Look out old school rapper videos, even new ones, and you just check the elbows. You'll be cracking up, boy. Now I've told you that you won't be able to unsee the ashy elbows. Hey, so let's carry on with this. Look, so he's saying, in the last 3 years, there's been an abrupt turnaround as the Pentagon took the unprecedented steps of releasing 3 stunning UFO videos filmed by the U.S. Navy. It's all from like sources that we'd obviously trust, U.S. Navy, Pentagon. Like, this is real. NASA. Is NASA? No, NASA's not involved yet, are they? NASA will come through somewhere. The Director of National Intelligence's office, the highest intelligence body in the US, was given 180 days to compile the dossier, with the deadline expiring in June. British defence officials continue to deny everything about any existence of investigations into the UFO issue or that they are sitting on any unreleased files. So when they say British defence officials, like, who are they talking about? If they're saying that they're denying it, are they the same people that were denying it before when the US were denying it? Like, it always feels like they just start to throw more and more in there to have you confused as to what is really happening. Do you know what I mean? It's like, hey, we just wanted to get this headline out there, and the rest of it, hopefully you don't read because it's, it's a bit all over the place. So what are they saying? So the U.S. Navy, and it's also confirmed the existence of its secretive UFO investigation unit. Before the Senate, they commissioned a report on the issue from U.S. intelligence, which is due for release next month. The Director of National Intelligence's office, the highest intelligence body in the U.S., was given... I said that already, didn't I? So British defence officials continue to deny everything about any existence, right? They're saying, why are the Americans suddenly opening up this highly controversial and historical stigmatizing topic? Why? Mr. Pope, who worked to investigate UFOs for the MOD in the 90s and worked in Whitehall until 2004, told The Sun online he believes hidden forces are at work behind closed doors.
Wait.
Hidden forces. I am the evil hidden force behind closed doors, hiding this information that you have wanted for nearly 6,666,000.
Where's the hidden forces? Hold on.
Hidden forces, bruv. That's all I know is hidden forces. When man says hidden forces, you gotta just stay out, yeah? Stay out.
Hidden forces. Where are we? I'm just scrolling down.
So this is where he says Mr. Pope. So yeah, he worked to investigate UFOs in the 90s. He's worked in Whitehall, just so you know. Up until 2004. Don't ask what happened. We don't know. You know what I mean? But he believes there are hidden forces at work behind closed doors. He said that is a $64,000 question. For years, I don't know why it's $64,000, but that's interesting that they put those numbers as well, man. For years, the US government has been, or had been, like the UK, is now on this issue, very defensive with a policy usually of denial, debunking and commenting as little as possible. I wonder why. Does it make it seem more real if they deny? If they just keep denying everything? If they put it out there, you know, we'll put these pictures out there, and then when you ask us about it, we'll deny. That makes it seem real, innit?
Yeah.
To the denier. To everyone else, I don't know. But obviously, these lot want to put it out there like that.
Oh, right.
Yo.
You just have to put up with the
What's that?
the
Ah,
black
you got it up there.
background in a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the video back up on that.
He's saying, and now in the last 3.5 years, that policy has been flipped 180 degrees, meaning now they're putting the word out there. They're putting the word out. Every time the story is dying down, it's almost as if the US government itself is throwing gasoline on the fire and stoking the story up, bruv. Come on, man. I'm going to read that again. Every time the story is dying down, it's almost as if the US government itself is throwing gasoline on the fire and stoking the story up. That's ironic, isn't it? So with the deadline fast approaching, Mr. Pope hopes the task force report will reveal new information and potentially further footage and images of UAPs. UAPs?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Oh, it comes as another round of
See,
footage.
they've changed it from unidentified flying objects to unidentified
unidentified
aerial phenomena.
That's so interesting. And also, they didn't explain what that means either. Almost like they didn't want you to know.
No.
They want you to just skip. That's what I'm saying.
Bit of
With these
jargon.
shits-
Throw a bit of jargon in there, so you just have to just feel like an idiot, like you don't understand what they're going on about.
Bruv, and then when you see these pictures, yeah.
I've got the pictures up now.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, man, but come on, man. We're meant to just believe that, innit? Like, we don't know what it is. Yeah, it's unidentified, but you really, yeah, it's a UFO. Like, yeah. Look at that. What is that? That could be a bird, bruv. That could easily be a buzzard. Straight up. Like a podgy crow. Pheasants can fly, innit? Can pheasants fly? Yo, can pheasants fly? Like, I'm sure pheasants can fly, man.
Yeah, not very far. They sort of take off and tend to get shot when they take off. So.
Yo, shout out to Space-O in the building. He says, yes, getting technical with the streams, rocking the green screen. Hey, bruv, I told you, man, every week we're going to step it up a certain level. We have to, man. This is what it is. And you're with us every week, building it with us, man. So we appreciate you, mother lover. You know what I mean? We might have like, we might have a little Q&A later on. Who else is there? Mr. Green. Yes, Mr. Green in the building. What's going on, bruv? Hey, look, he said no one said it's aliens. See it there? Spaso saying we got HD images back from Mars. So what Mr. Green is saying, no one said it's aliens. And that's exactly it. It's like the wording, they word it just right that you'll end up running off and making up your own story about it. And go, right, yeah, the aliens, footage of aliens. As opposed to, what do they call it now? UAPs. And they put X-Files there just so straight away you're thinking of aliens, do you know what I mean? And then in quotation marks, powerful forces.
Yeah.
Jeez, bruv. Powerful forces are behind US release of UFO footage. So, in the end, does it sound like it really is, like they're 100% sure that it's UFO footage? No. It's sad, man. Right, so Mr. Pope explained that if you went to the Pentagon as a journalist with any queries on UFOs between 69 and 2017, you would have been told there was no official interest and no investigations. Yet something mysterious has changed behind the scenes, which has seen the astonishing U-turn. And now the question is, what? Beyond a shadow of a doubt, there is a sort of hidden strategic agenda here that Congress, the media, and the public do not yet understand and may never understand. Marvin said, something is playing out right now. Powerful forces are at work behind the scenes, pulling the strings on this. It's like they're telling you that this is bullshit, but in such a way that people are going to be, it's aliens. Babe, what's the matter? Did you just put your finger on my butt? What are you talking about? No, I didn't. I had this dream that I was getting probed by aliens.
Would you tell people if you had a dream that you got anally probed by aliens? Would you tell someone? Who would you tell? Oh shit!
Yeah,
I had this. You know what? I had this. Something happened to me last night.
That's a tough one, brother.
Something happened to me last night. I met an alien.
How was that? Yeah. How did you drop it? Yeah, but I think it was a female alien though. Like as if to say, yeah, nah, but you know what I mean? It's a female alien, so like it weren't really. Plus, they weren't human, so it's not even really. You know what I mean? Really, yo. Shout to More One. What's going on? More One in the building. Yeah, I'm sure that's More One. Yes, bruv. Easy. Yeah, boy. I don't know, man. It's aliens now. Now we got to worry about aliens. Like, really? Like, I got enough on my plate. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about fucking how much hand sanitizer I got left in the freezer that I got to defrost for this week's run. This week's. You know what I mean? How many rubber gloves I got left? I'm already out here, like, stacking the cupboards with toilet roll. And now I got to worry about aliens. No, you lot taking a piss, man. Queues are mad long to get the quacks. Come on, bruv. That's how you're going to deal with, man. Yeah, anyway, man. It doesn't matter to me if there's aliens or not. Regardless, the world still turns, or the stars turn around us. I don't know. We still got to work that one out, I guess. Shout to Gleam. He says, sale of Tic Tacs gone through the roof, though. They were worth more than Bitcoin. Yo, Tic Tacs have gone up. Bitcoin's going up. Apparently, what is it, 35 grand or something like that?
Bitcoin.
For one Bitcoin?
I can tell you if you, yeah. It's gone up and down all week.
It's gone up and down?
Yeah. I'll do the Bitcoin report.
I know. For everyone that don't know, Dan is invested in Bitcoin. So yeah, I was going to say it, but I didn't want to, you know what I mean? I didn't want none of the snowflakes start falling in that. You got the, yeah? And,
so,
you know what I mean? This whole thing about Bitcoin, I'm still not sure about, to be honest. But D has decided to invest, so we're going to find out if he can get rich as soon as possible. He hasn't been on my case about joining up, you know what I mean, and paying him.
26,000.
He's not hustling me. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
26,000.
Yeah.
So
US dollars, 36,000.
Oh, so it's all right.
Yeah,
35
so
US dollars.
That's probably
Sorry,
what. Yeah, that's
okay,
probably
yeah,
what
yeah.
everyone's quoting.
All
But
right.
we've got our Bitcoin millionaire Tom Arnott in the chat anyway.
Oh, is it? Tom's all right, Tom, Bitcoin millionaire. Yeah, we might have to school us on it, bruv, because you know what I mean. I'm still trying to figure out whether it's a pyramid scheme or not. You know, pyramid, no Masonic order or anything like that. Shout out to Anthony Turner in the building. What's going on, brother? It's the one and only Mice. You're damn right. You know what I'm saying? Mice Hayes in the building. I got my blue blockers on. I know you lot might be like, "Rah, Mice, where's glasses?" Like, now these are blue blockers. They block out the blue light, especially when the Smurfs come around. You know what I mean? You don't want that blue light shining in my eye. You know what I'm saying? Smurfs come around, try to do a Mooney. You're like, bruv, come on, man. I need the blue eye blue blockers. Yo. Check Space. I said, tough call. End up on the front of the sun. E.T. raped me.
But the thing is, if you told someone, you'd have to then, like you say, you'd have to think of it either it's like a woman alien, or you'd have to say, oh, maybe it was a dream. But the thing is, if you're dreaming about that sort of stuff, it's just as bad as it.
Yeah, your missus would be pissed. She'd be like, Rav, for
I
real,
had
your
this
dream,
really
you had a wet dream.
hot dream last night with an alien, but the thing, yeah. Was that you who done that? No, that weren't me.
What's
That must have been an alien then.
It's an alien finger as well.
You've been watching too many alien films, I think, that you're starting to fantasize about being probed by aliens.
When you think about it, there ain't no alien fingers that are like little as well. They're all like long and knobbly and all levels.
I mean, Steven Spielberg.
The Star Wars aliens.
Steven Spielberg introduced it to the
what, E.T.?
the whole like E.T.
The glowing finger.
Yeah.
Whereas E.T. is like, hey, E.T. You just look at the finger like, yo, and it starts glowing.
Yeah,
bruv. Yeah, I don't
starts vibrating.
Yo, anal probe by E.T., boy. Yeah, your life is fucked after that. Because you're not like you can sue. Who you gonna sue? NASA will be like, nah, they'll deny. They will deny and shit anyway. They'll go like, yeah, we do another 180 back, and we're gonna deny this one. Fuck that. Yo. See it there? See? More one. He's on. That's exactly it. He said, quick thinking. The fact that it's a female alien makes it slightly better, but still, it's still not cool. I'm just saying, if I can get the slightly better part of the equation, then fuck it, yeah. Because I've already put it out there. The fucked up thing is, it was a dream. Hopefully it was a dream. When I get to the toilet, I'll find out, innit? I'll have to check. Tom Arnott says, imagine traveling light years across space to carry out prostate examinations. Oh, fucking sick bastards. Bro, these lot are trying to say they come. I don't like, what would aliens come here for? Like, bruv, with all the shit we got going on. Hey, like, nah, I'm off, bruv. What? You lot, is this how much drama's going on here? Like, you lot all fucked up. You lot don't even know how fucked up you are because the internet's telling you some bullshit. Let alone the TV and radio. It's like, yo, it's all fucked up on the planet Earth. They'll be like, yeah, just come quick, couple probes and bounce. Let's go to another dimension, man. These like ain't worth it. These like ain't worth it, man. E.T., fuck that, bruv. You better phone home quick because this ain't it, bruv. This ain't it. Elliot ain't it, man. Yeah. So Gleam saying Bitcoin just smashed, bro. Nearly 50K in the past month. Oh, 50%, sorry. Yeah, see, I know Gleam is on this. I had a feeling we'd get some man them that are on this Bitcoin juggling. Like, Gleam, are you a Bitcoiner? Let us know, man, because we might need a word with you, man. And China's about to release their own currency. All right. Yeah, I've heard that, actually. They're about to release like a cryptocurrency, but it's going to be at a gold standard, apparently. And I think also you can only use it there. Like, this is what I'm talking about.
Disney coins for China.
This is what I'm Disney coin. Is that what they're calling it?
Well, well, I mean, if it just works within China, I think
Yeah,
their economy
Disney
is
coin for
already
real, yeah,
their
sorry.
economy already works that way. They have two economies, so they have an internal economy, and then they have an economy that they trade on the world. So they actually have two, you know. So they're because they don't have a private
Say that
central
again,
bank.
so they have their own.
China doesn't have a private central bank, so they're not on the banking network. China has its own bank. It's run by China, owned by China, and all the rest of it. So they have two economies. They have the internal economy in the country, which is like goods and services, where you traded on labour and things like that, and what's produced. And then they have a global economy that they trade with other countries. So when they generate cash within the country, they can then start buying and selling stuff outside of the country.
It's pretty smart, isn't it?
Yeah. There's only a few countries that have it still, I think. There's China, Russia. Russia's got its own bank still.
China, Russia. Oh, whoa, so
Syria.
Funny.
Iran.
Seems to be there's a common thread there.
The common thread is they all have their own banks. Yeah.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah. All the baddies have got their own bank. There's something about having your own bank and being a baddie.
Yeah.
There's one famous baddie
They're always
from
the
the
ones
past
in
who
the
had his own
movies.
bank. Yeah.
They're always the baddies in the movies, isn't it? Russian, Chinese.
Nazis.
Yeah. They're everywhere, man. Jesus, the Nazis can't get rid of them, man. They're like friggin'
They had their own
the
bank.
Roman Empire.
Yeah.
So scroll up a bit. Someone was saying something. I think it was someone was asking what does the shout out to that
SYM
a trifle.
SYMNNKNA.
That means shit you might not never know nothing about. AKA something you might not never know nothing about. That's what we're talking about here. Thank you for joining us, Merely. I like the name as well, Merely a Trifle. Yeah, but back to this whole UFO sighting and, you know, it's obvious where they're trying to lead it to, in my opinion. The technology is there to make it seem real. People believe the majority of what they see on the TV screen, and that's not even real. Do you know what I mean? It's a depiction of what's real, a lot of it. So it's going to be interesting to see how people handle, you know what I mean, when E.T. finally does get that vibrating finger out and pointed at the butthole. Pointed at the butthole. Pointed at the butt. Hey, pointed at the butthole. At the butt. We gonna put it at the butthole. Aliens land. And this is the theme song when they land. You just pointed at the butthole. At the butthole. Pointed at. Yo, I cannot believe this, man. The fact that he's even telling you as well. It's almost like they're doing something strange behind the curtain. So look, he also says you can understand what's happening. U.S. Navy videos, guidance to pilots, classified briefings to Congress, but the why, nobody knows. There is a lot of speculation. Some people think it's factional with a believer. He put believer in quotations, I don't know why. Faction coming to the foray. Or it could be
believer
event-led.
faction, as in like all the people who are dead, you know, true believers in the UFO thing are coming to the fore now and starting to sort of push for disclosure. I guess that's, you know, that's what he's saying, I think.
And this is an interesting little paragraph here, or sentence, I should say. Look, he says, there could be something about the phenomena which is just going to be undeniable very shortly. And this is the US government trying to get out ahead of the story and drive the narrative. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Drive the narrative. The US government. What a crazy world we're in, man. Glebe says, To be honest, dreaming of Sigourney Weaver is just as bad as aliens, in my opinion. Yes, well, there was a time Sigourney Weaver was hot, apparently.
Isn't she a bloke? No.
No, I mean, she was in Aliens, so you never know. But yeah, like, she obviously got there somehow, some way. Someone thought she was banging. You know what I mean? What can you, what can you do, man? Oh, dear. Yes, crazy things going on out there. So, obviously, they're trying to set us up. You know what I mean? For me, once you had Obama out there talking about it, yeah, I had to hide secrets and like, yeah, all right, these lot of bullshitting, bro. This is a load of bollocks for real. You got my man back. That's like bringing Tony Blair back out. They're bringing Blair out. Yeah, oh, hi, here are the quacks. Everybody has to get the quacks. If you don't get the quacks, they're quacks with the teeth and that. Bro, get the fuck out of here. If he's involved, you lot are chatting shit. You lot are bullshitting me. You know what I mean? There's nothing else to it, man. I can't really look at it any other way, man. You get the wrong people out there, you fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. So he said, oh, wait. They spoke to someone else, right? They spoke to a guy called Louis Elizondo, who headed up the secretive Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. For all who don't know, that's the AATIP, the ad tip. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, we gonna tip that ad, baby. The ad tip. You know, because them aliens, they be searching for the ad tip. You know what I'm saying? They gonna find the tip of your ad and point that finger for the Pentagon. So these people work for the Pentagon. People don't know what Pentagon is. That's a 5-pointed star. You turn it one way, it's good. You turn it the other, it's evil as a mother lover.
I am the 5-pointed star, Baphomet. AKA Saturn. People worship me 666 million feet beneath the Earth's crust.
So the DOD had egg on their face. They realized lying about a topic isn't the best solution. Probably better to own it. That's from this guy, Luis Elizondo. He said the US tried to ignore it before, right? And it blew in their faces. It's like, yeah, if you say so, bruv, we're meant to believe you, yeah? Despite the disclosure beginning to open up, however, Mr. Elizondo explained there remains hesitation by some to report their sightings due to historic stigma. Things come to mind, and I hate to say it, about tinfoil hats and Elvis being on the mothership, he told The Sun Online. But if you remove that stigma and stick to the fact, it's a very compelling global issue. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna.
He seriously says that about Elvis?
Yeah, I ain't gonna bother reading anymore. 'Cause it's just like, bruv, yeah, it's getting clicks. You know, we know what this shit is about, really, man. It's about the clicks. It's about getting people in a crazy state of mind where they're not thinking straight, where they're not looking at the things they should be at. It's basically like, look over here and not over there at what we're really doing. Do you know what I mean? Let's give them something that people get so excited about things like this. And there's probably a bunch of people out there who believe it, you know what I mean? You know them people that watch films and then they try and act like the shit they saw in the film, which is fucked up because the film is actually trying to depict something that's real. Yeah, them sort of people. The people that adverts work on. You know what I mean? The people where they buy shit. Oh, I gotta go and buy some Dove. Oh, that Lynx advert. Yeah, I better go and buy some Lynx. It's them type of people, man. Yeah, boy. Let's see. So what's Gleam saying? He's not on it now. Yeah, because we want to try and chat to someone who's on the whole crypto coin. I tried to holler at some guy. He was like interested in doing it, but he didn't get back to me. Maybe because we ain't big yet, you know what I mean? We ain't blown up yet. I know how it is. The industrial mother lovers out there, they be doing industrial shit, you know what I mean? But we just wanted to find out from a hip-hop head. So if you lot know any hip-hop heads that are like heavy on that whole cryptocurrency thing, that would be happy to school us a bit on it. You know, we might throw them on the grill a little bit. You know what I mean? Because obviously, I just think, like I said before, I feel like this whole crypto jugglings is a Trojan horse into a cashless society. That's what I feel. The whole thing about it, yeah, it's decentralized and it's like, is it really though? Like people don't even, there's no one in contact with the guy who originally made the thing. He's disappeared now. He's meant to be some guy from Japan, you know, who, I don't know if he lived in Germany or they're saying he had a German email address or something. Yeah, who knows, man? When it's all like that, you know, when there's a whole storyline, oh, he was a guy, he traveled to Tibetan mountain and he meditated for 333 days and decided on his awakening that he would start a thing called Bitcoin. He did not know it would be called cryptocurrency, but he got onto his German email address and sent a message to his friends and told them, I'm going to start this thing called Bitcoin. Cue the flute.
Yeah.
Meditative flute music.
There are some people who think that it's the preparing for the space economy. So the like the idea of sort of credits, that this will be like an off-world, a way of trading off-world, because it will be just numbers on a computer, and or you can just sort of copy something from Mars or the moon. But that's if you believe, one, that the Earth isn't flat, and then two, that we've even left Earth's atmosphere if it is round. You know? So there's two factors there that you've got to try and... First, you have to try and explain those things to me before I'll believe that this is a credit system for off-world mining and off-world blah, blah.
Yeah. Like, to be fair, it's kind of started in a sense, like people have already been primed for it. I remember hearing that story about this couple in, was it Hong Kong? Pardon me. I think it was Hong Kong, and they had a child, but they were so into this, this sort of virtual reality game where you have a world, you live here, and you got this family, and they had a child within that world, in this virtual world, that their real child actually died.
Well,
like they deprived it of food and love and all the things that you meant to give to a child. So like when things like, I mean, who knows if that, I mean, I believed it, and I guess it's kind of, it's quite a possible thing if people are that hooked on games, on the whole gaming world and virtual world. You know what I mean? But boy, so when things like that are happening, then I can imagine, it's like, bruv, really? So you want me to be paying? I'd rather walk around with physical stuff. Like, just keep it normal. Not all of this, like, I got to rely on this being charged and, I dropped it in the toilet. Now I can't buy no toilet roll for the next 3 days because I got to wait for a new phone. Or I put it in some rice, hold it for 24 hours. Bruv, I ain't wasting my rice on that shit, the doo-doo water. Come, man. Do you know what I mean? But I'd rather just let me walk around. Like, if people want to do that, let them do that. But I don't be talking about, we're going into a cashless society where there'll be no cash and you have to use your phone and the Internet of Things. Like, fuck off. I'm not into the Bluetooth. I don't like the blue, what are they called? EarPods.
Yeah, I don't use any of that
I'm not into
stuff,
all of this, like, extra bits and bobs. Give me the wires. I don't mind untangling the shit.
Yeah.
I can figure out some stuff. I'll write... In my head, I've got put 4 bars together while I'm there for 10 minutes trying to...
it's not that difficult.
You know what I mean? I do not mind all of that. With all of these, want to make life easier. We're just making it easier for you if you have everything on one console, really. And then I lose that one console. Have I lost everything now? No, we'll keep it in the cloud for you. We'll keep your...
Yeah.
Huh? We'll keep it safe.
I found it. The couple let baby starve to death whilst raising virtual baby online.
See it there?
What's this stuff?
It's fucking deep, bruv.
My screen. A Korean couple allowed their child to starve to death because of their addiction to raising a virtual child in a Second Life style game online known as Prius.
Prius.
They would feed their 3-month-old baby only when not at a 12-hour online session at local internet cafe. Fucking hell. So they couldn't even afford to have it at home. They had to go to an internet cafe to play it. The pair were obsessed with raising their internet child called Anima, meaning soul, obviously, which is what it didn't, it's a computer, resulting in the neglect of their unnamed, so they didn't even have time to name their own kid. Or if they just said it's unnamed, as in they're not going to let you know its name.
Boy, it's twisted.
After one such session in September, the couple found their daughter dead and called police. They tried putting coins in it to see whether it would come back to life, but...
That's not funny, man. I ain't going to sit here and laugh at that shit, even though it's hilarious, but... That's some fucked up shit, man. Like, imagine that. You're so engulfed in a virtual world, shit that's not no form or way of real. You have to plug it in for it to be there. You don't really touch it. You're just touching keyboards and mouse. It's just your mind. Like, that's just nuts, bruv. And for them to leave their little one, that's, how far attached from reality are you when you can do that? From, it's sort of like that conscious level of,
it's just a basic disconnect with nature,
yeah, man.
really, that's what it is.
That's nuts, bro.
Disconnected from nature. To not
Exactly what I'm getting at. How disconnected from nature are you when you can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come, baby, we got to get back to the net cafe and what? Leave the baby there. Like, what kind of world is that, man? Nuts, bruv. So, yeah, boy, I don't know. So, I do not expect it to be that hard to get people into this whole digital currency thing.
Especially when there's stories like this. Man slept with girlfriend's daughter after watching EastEnders Affair.
What?
Man 27 slept with Man 27 slept with girlfriend's daughter 15 after watching EastEnders Affair. So people take their cues from the false world.
See what I'm saying? EastEnders.
The hyper reality. They take their cues from hyper reality.
From a play. They're trying to imitate art, life with art, which is artificial. It's not real. You know what I mean? You're keeping it real, bro, with my art. And then people now are watching that art and then going, oh, yeah, I wanna do that. Is that not programming? They call it a program. And people run out there and do that. That's nuts, bruv. It's nuts, man. Let's see what was people saying there. Steve-O says aliens touched down on Earth with Akinale playing in the background. Put it in. Yo. Gleam says Kabadis don't have banks. They have hands and breath control. That's true, boy. Kabadi. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
What? How do you? That's like, yo. There must be some kind of level. There's some meditative level or something. The idea behind that. Like, yo, you gotta fuck up your breathing. It's like, yeah, wear this mask. Play the game, wear this fucking mask, bro. You gotta wear this shit the whole game. But they're going kabadi. Gleam says, okay, so he's saying, nah, he meant 50% down. His mates have been mining. He's talking about the cryptocurrency, by the way. His mates have been mining and was gutted. They just wiped out 6 months of profit. But they all keep telling me we're in it for the long term, which is fair play. Well, it's interesting, man, because like I find it, a lot of people talk about that, how much money they've made, and then you go, oh, what? So have you've withdrawn, like you've withdrawn that money, like you've got it out, and they're like, no, I'm still investing, I'm putting it into, and you go, okay, well, you haven't got that money yet, then that it's still in there. You could lose it, like Gleam was talking about, in the next 6 months. Bam, shit just drops. So it's a gamble, innit? It's a gamble, man. And you're investing. It's just even more weird, like learning about what we use, what we think is money, but it's actually currency, which is like, you know, it's a promise that you're going to get this worth in silver or gold when you go to the bank. And then they've taken that away. It used to be like based on that, as in it really was this note here, this promissory note means you're going to get this amount of gold in weight. But then now it's gone to us just believing that this is worth whatever. You know what I mean? A bunch of people going, the pound is going to be worth this much now today. Oh, it's dropped a little bit. Oh, it's gone up a little bit. You know, and then we run around using it like that. With the bit, but at least it's paper. At least it's something I can hold and show you. Like, look, this is £20, or this is 50, this is 10, whatever. When it comes to Bitcoin, bruv, it's on my phone, bruv. Trust me, I'm gonna send you the thing. Don't worry, bruv. I'll send it to you. Shout out to Steve. I was saying it's technology behind it, blockchain, and I get there's the whole blockchain thing. But at the same time, who's in control of the blockchain? Like, who made it and who makes sure that, you know what I mean, it stays secure? Like, do people really know? I've never heard people really talk about how secure it is, other than the fact that it's anonymous and, you know, it's a blockchain system that continues to tell you what transactions are made, but not by who.
I think if you put the wrong number in when you're sending someone money, it can go to someone else or so. Yeah,
Serious?
I mean, it's probably.
And how do you get that back then?
Yeah, I don't think you can. Once it's gone, I think that's it. We need someone on to talk about it, really. But as for like keeping it secure, you can use apps now that track all of your Bitcoin trades and purchases or whatever. But and then obviously when you log back into your account on there, so you can go from laptop to phone or whatever it is. But then if they shut down, I don't know what happens to it then.
What happens if that company's like, yo,
and you're going to be like constantly just copying hard drives with your Bitcoin data on it for the rest of your life, really, isn't you? I mean, it's, in a way, it's like it's more the way that like this sort of great reset world is going is it's more resource heavy than the world before. Like, how much did it cost to print paper and press a gold coin, or press some sort of coin and print a promissory note, compared to how much it costs to press up plastic credit cards constantly, because everyone's always losing credit cards. The machines that need to be left online the whole time, has got electricity going to the machine. How much more resource heavy is that than just printing some paper and some pressing some coins?
Yeah.
So they've been pressing coins for thousands of years, even before we had, like, you know,
machinery
technology we've got now. They was just hammering coins out into a certain shape with a pattern on it. So it obviously was less resource heavy than credit cards and all the rest of it. So although they're saying that we're going into like a you know, environmentally friendly world, it seems like it's using more resources.
Yeah.
Like making electric cars. Getting rid of the batteries from electric cars.
Yeah, man.
You know, all these sorts of little things that just seem like they're better, but actually, like, you still have to get oil for a wind turbine. It still needs oiling. So where'd you get...
It's mad, yeah.
You've got to put
mad,
fucking
man.
oil in it still.
Brother, I was at the car garage the other day, and it was like it was a big brand and all that. And I was asking the guy about the cars, you know, a few bits and bobs to do with whether, you know, it was still good to get a petrol car, and, you know, the thing about hybrids. And what he was saying to me was like, yeah, we've got electric cars here. But he goes like, look, if everyone, all the garages sold their electric cars today, and then people were driving around, there's not enough of those stations, you know, that the charging stations for everyone to be able to function properly. And he goes, even then, even worse still, if everyone then switched, like they want everyone to switch to electric cars, he said it wouldn't work. Like and he goes that it would use more resources, like you were saying. It'd actually be more detrimental. And it's like, bruv, and you're standing here still selling these shits.
Yeah.
like you, well, I've got to do my job, innit? But it's like, it's madness, man. And it's the same thing. they're talking about, oh, you were saving the planet by doing this, you know, do your part and whatever, bruv. Like, we know where it's going, man. We know exactly where it's going.
But Space O saying we don't use the gold standard anymore. That's true.
Exactly.
But no, I'm not. I just meant like back 1,000 years ago. Where they was minting gold coins, they didn't even have like heavy machinery to be able to print these coins up. They was just stamping them out with a hammer and some sort of metal marker that had the mark of the king on it or whatever, and they just smash it really hard into the coin until it just stamped it. Because gold's obviously quite soft.
Yeah.
So
what happened was we went. Oh, it's gone.
No, that was it. So I weren't saying like gold now. I meant like back then.
Yeah, I thought
they had a good economy of just they didn't need to have plastic credit cards. They still managed to like run their lives with just using bits of gold and paper and all sorts of other things.
Yeah. And the thing is, the gold, we were at a gold standard and until not too long ago as well. And then what they did was they removed the gold and then made it that the dollar is the standard. Do you know what I mean? So now all the currencies around the world are all kind of based on
they're tied to the dollar.
Tied to the dollar.
They have to go through the Federal Reserve to get. And
so now we're tied to money that isn't. We're tied to currency that isn't. It's only worth what we, all decide that it's worth. Or we don't even get to decide.
No, the Federal Reserve sets.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, he's right. That's exactly what it is, man. And imagine. So we're in that world where it's just us giving that money its value, and then now they want to switch it over to the Bitcoin, where it's even more so that. But then it's just digital. You know what I mean? It's just numbers on the screen, I guess. I don't even. Well, we'd have to speak to someone anyway. But yeah, man,
we've got a lot of questions. They're building up.
Oh, is it?
Our questions about Bitcoin. We've got more and more questions every week building up about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone?
No one's on the gold standard. A lot of people still think currency is based on it. Space is correct. And it's madness as well, man.
He wants just to say space, not Space O. Sorry.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Space.
Because he said someone else has taken the name Space.
Oh, sorry, Space. You know them one there. You know when people give you your name, like we were talking about earlier, it's like, that's it. Now you're Space. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're Space O now, bro. Nah, it's Space. Yeah, man. It's a weird world, man. And what's even weirder for me is that there's a whole bunch of people on this planet that know that shit, but there's nothing we can do about it. Well, it seems like there's nothing we can do about it. I believe there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier about the, who was it? Who had their own little, Disney. The Disney pound. Do you remember Brixton, the Brixton pound? There was a while where Brixton had its own pound for a little while.
Let's have a look.
There was a while, I remember the Brixton pound. There was a Brixton pound moment.
There is, brixtonpound.org.
Yeah.
Yeah. Support the Brixton pound. Buy notes and limited David Bowie print. Welcome to the future of money. Again, local. Let me bring this up.
David Bowie, yeah?
Yeah, I got a David Bowie pound. David Bowie note or something. Yeah.
Yes, Rumble TV in the building. Shout to Ken F. Back to barter. Boy, I mean, I don't see why not. The thing about bartering that I think is going to be hard is obviously when people want to purchase their, what do you call them? Their electrical goods and their bits and bobs. Like, who are you going to go to? Do you know what I mean? Are you going to go to Curry's and be like, yeah, can I swap these? Well, look, I've got 2 goats. I've got a little bit of gold. And
true.
Yeah, I got 2 grams of gold, a gram of platinum. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. In terms of your essentials and whatnot, I reckon it can work with all the local farms. If people do that sort of thing in terms of shopping for their food. But, in terms of how I think we can get there, it's like doing campaigns like that. Where, not when you got David Bowie and the Fly looking like that, but where it's about having a currency for your community that you will use and you will put your value towards. Do you know what I mean? Like people agree on the value of it is this, and then that's what you're spending. You know that, and that circulates. But boy, for us to get there, jeez, that's gonna be work. That ain't gonna be easy, man. Because people are.
What's David Bowie got on his shoulder there? Is it like some? Looks like some sort of fluid on his chest.
Is it? It looks like lips with
This thing here.
dookie dripping. Or is it? No, it's sperm dripping from his lips. Oh, maybe that's meant to be the Eye of Osiris. I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
Or is it an eagle?
Looks like
I don't
something
have a
dripping
clue,
off
man.
his chest. Better not say too much because
for real.
Black
For real.
Einstein is a fan of David Bowie.
Ah, yes. Well,
So
that's a
in
major time.
2008, the Brixton pound was launched in the face of the financial crisis. World's first complementary local currency in a major urban area
See?
proved that money can stick to Brixton.
What does that mean? What were they trying to do, really?
It encouraged local trade, supported independent. They're doing the bit of setting up your own bank away from the other banks.
Sending a little message out there for us, isn't it?
Human scale circular economy. In the decade that followed, we did a lot of learning and some innovating. We funded a micro grant giving scheme, opened a pay what you can veggie vegan cafe using only surplus food, and ran a local lottery. Yeah, I think a lottery is a good one. I think if you got like a load of people together, say like 40,000 people, you all put £1 in. And then one person is guaranteed to win. 40 grand would change your immediate life.
But what if that person wins the next go around?
Not allowed to win next time.
Yeah. That's fair.
You can only win once.
That's
But the
fair.
only problem is, if you put money in, you've got 40,000 weeks to wait if you don't win.
Yeah, like you're probably better off. Yeah.
And then like eventually you've put 40 grand in. After however long 40,000 weeks is, I don't know. What's 40,000 weeks?
40,000 weeks. Do the Rain Man.
40,000 weeks.
That would be about 20,000. No. What am I talking
52. No, 40,000 divided by
about? I was really trying to work it out as well. But
divided by 52
yeah, it's
would
52,
be
that's
769 years. So you got a long time if you don't win.
40,000 weeks. Yo, that might as well be the cryptocurrency, man. That's proper. If that ain't a pyramid scheme, boy. Yeah, just make sure you're first. That's all you got to do. Make sure you're first.
Make sure you're the one setting it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe it! I won the first week.
Me.
Oh, guys, you know what? I'm out now.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was so stressful doing it. I just, yeah. Wow. There's me with 20,000, boy. I fucked up.
Oh, Tom Arnott said there's the Throne pound and the Stroud pound
Oh, is it?
as well.
Stroud pound.
The Stroud pound.
See, these are. I think these might be the little steps that people are. You know,
The only one you don't want is the Soho pound.
Yeah.
That's
Soho,
painful.
Soho pound. You might be having them alien wet dreams, boy. You know what I mean? Careful down there, boy. Wah. Yeah, exactly. Space is right, man. How you gonna have David Bowie on the front poster for the future? Huh? They were just trying to use the name. You know how it is. That's what they do, man. Use people's faces and likenesses. Hey, come join us. What I'd like to know is who's behind that. Whose idea is it to do the Stroud pound and the Brixton pound? You know, are they on the right side or the wrong side? That would be good to know.
The £5 Brixton, the B pound 5 features Luol Deng, who's a British professional basketball player who plays at the small forward position for the NBA's Miami Heat. And then we've got
Is he from Brixton? Yeah.
He must have been a.
So it's nothing to do with the Crown then.
No, it's private.
Wow.
Privately owned bank, I suppose.
Yeah, see, I thought that it might still be, it was just kind of an ode from, but yeah, that's interesting.
Then we've got the B20, the B20 pound featuring Violetta Szabo, a World War II French-British secret agent.
So she helped kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
So you put her
Boo.
on there.
Boo to her. And then the Brixton, the Jeremy Deller edition, which was designed by Turner Prize winning artist Jeremy Deller.
Psychedelic as fuck, boy.
Psychedella.
Jeremy Psychedella, boy. Look at that one. That'll give you nightmares, boy. That's what the alien look like, babe. That's what the alien look like. Look like that.
You left me
Big
£5
finger.
under my pillow.
He's like a the root fairy. The root fairy, boy.
He had a glowing finger instead of a glowing wand.
Kept talking about phoning home whilst he was doing it as well.
Anyway. The Stroud pound. Let's have a look at that. The Stroud pound.
Stroud pound, bruv. How much you got? Boy, I got a couple of Stroud pounds. You get me? Imagine back coming, hey, bruv. Someone can't drive by a draw off me, yeah? You give me some Stroud pound. You come with the Stroud pound. He's like, bruv, it's worth, trust me, it's worth £20. It ain't.
The scheme
like,
is the third local currency scheme introduced in England in recent years after the Totnes pound and the Lewis pound. See, typical.
Wow.
Missing out Brixton.
See it there? That's your PIE in the dictionary. That's your Proto-Indo-European there. Miss out Brixton. But Brixton might have been a bit late though, innit? To the party, because that's the last one. I mean, I didn't even know about the other ones, to be fair, but that was the one
Well,
where...
it said 2008, and this one says launched on 2009.
Yeah, you don't
They
really...
they just darked Brixton out.
Yeah, literally.
That's it. They don't want anyone to know about the Brixton pound. Probably because it's in London. They don't want anyone to know about it.
Yeah, well, could be that. Could be other reasons as well. You know what I mean? But this is a what do you call it? This is a neighbour-friendly channel right here, so we ain't gonna go into all of that.
On the day of the launch, local currency with a face value of over 1,000 Stroud pounds was sold.
Oh, what? So people went and bought.
Yeah. However, in 2011, only 4,000 pounds worth of Stroud pounds were issued. Some local businesses complained about the hassle and said customers still supported them but preferred to use sterling. See, it's because money is all about what's the word? Like a trust, whether people have got trust in the currency.
Yeah,
that's how money loses value. It's really about when people lose trust in the money itself.
Yeah.
That's why you get hyperinflation, is that people are like, oh, I don't know, I'm going to start buying Czech pounds instead or something. They lose faith, basically. It's faith-based. Money's just faith. All currencies
Yeah, it's on faith. Yeah, it's all based on faith. So we're all agreeing that this is worth what we're saying it is without even knowing it. And then they can switch it up whenever they want.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty nuts, man, the world that we're in right now with all of that. But I feel like a lot more people are waking up to it, interestingly enough, though. Man said, watch out for the Peckham pence. Yeah, mate. Got some Peckham shekels, you get me? Got Shetland shekels. What? People making up their own currency. I think that's the way. And then if it all goes well, you know what I mean? You might be able to purchase you something. You know what I mean? You might be able to purchase you might be able to purchase a sculpture. It's a special type of sculpture. So this is something you might not never know nothing about. Let me say that. All of you out there that are into your art, into your culture, this is something you might not never know nothing about. An Italian artist sells invisible sculpture for more than £12,000. And that's, sterling. We're not talking no Peckham pound, you know what I mean? No pencil. This is real currency, real hard-earned currency. Someone will pay this Italian guy. What's his name? His name is Salvatore Garau. Salvatore Garau managed to hustle somebody for £12,000. Yeah, is the equivalent of 18,000 euros for an invisible sculpture. Yeah, this shit invisible is actually in quotation marks, as you can see. Check this out. So the guy sold an invisible sculpture for 18,000 euros, which is equivalent to it's actually closer to 13,000 pounds at an auction that took place earlier this month, according to Italy 24 News. Salvatore Garao's sculpture, Io Sono. Is that how I say it, D? He's got some of that Italian there. He can, which is Italian for I am. He said must be displayed in a private room away from any obstruction. This is,
That's where you keep things that don't exist. You keep them in private spaces.
Away from any obstruction. Like my man's literally saying you can't let anything get in the way of this. You have to leave it in a space where nothing else is touching something that is invisible. That's not there. A sculpture, by the way, that's invisible. This is fucked up, D. This is some fucked up shit, man. He says it also needs to be kept in an area that is about 5 foot long and 5 foot wide. Lighting and environment control are optional due to the fact that no one can see the work. Lighting and environment control are optional due to the fact that no one can see the work. I can't get whether they're trying to say no one's allowed to see the work or no one can actually see the work because it's invisible. Yo! Mohammed says, all right, so they say Garau has attracted criticism over his claim that the sculpture is immaterial, meaning it either doesn't exist or exists only in the mind of its creator. The 67-year-old has defended himself by claiming the sculpture is more like a vacuum. The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy, and even if we empty it and there is nothing left, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle that nothing has weight, nothing has a weight, therefore it has energy that is condensed and transformed into particles that is into us, he said. Yeah, that was his way of explaining some fucked up shit that he's done. That was him trying to repent for his sins right there with that fucked up sentence that didn't really... So he says, after all, we don't give shape to God we have never seen. Oh, to give shape to a God we have never seen. Yeah, so he's trying to say this thing he's made. He's
thought his bullshit through. He hasn't. He's not just answering on the fly. He's sat down and thought about this one.
Yeah, he's calculated it.
He's memorized his answers. Yeah, it's a good answer. It is a good answer. If you believe in bullshit, if you're just like a bullshitter, that's a really good answer. We don't give shape to a God we've never seen.
You've never seen?
We don't, do we?
Hey,
Well,
hey.
hey.
Well, funny enough, there's
then
the
he's
Buddha
like
sculpture.
So,
the Buddha. And so last week he displayed another invisible sculpture titled Buddha on Contemplation in the Piazza della Scala in Milan. And yeah, you can go see the video, but the video, it says, now it exists and will remain in this space forever. You do not see it, but it exists. It is made of air and spirit. Very strong spirits. Probably, what do they drink over there?
grappa.
Yeah, grappa. Di Saronno. Maybe some vino italiano.
Cinzano.
Some Cinzano. Chianti, eh? Jeez, bruv. People can do that shit now. Hey, you can't knock the hustle, man. You know what I mean? Who taught us that shit? You lot's favorite rappers? Can't knock the hustle. That is some fucked up shit. This guy is sculpting invisible art. He's making something that you can't see and selling it for buying shit that you can see.
That's mad, isn't it?
That's
He's
nuts.
turned an empty space into actual money.
I mean,
Very good.
it's nuts because I guess there's one thing about, oh, you've got the money to spend on something like that. But then the other thing is, oh, you want that. Like, you actually want to, or is it just that you're the person who did that? So like, hey, so yeah, I'm the person who bought the invisible sculpture. You bought an invisible sculpture? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm different, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
What's the
interesting, aren't I?
motivation behind?
Well, I'm interesting now, aren't I? Because I just, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Don't you think?
I think that's surely what you're doing is you're trying to find things to replace the things that you don't like. If
You're trying to fill the hole.
You're
with,
trying to fill a massive void in who you are, spending loads of money on things that other people can't. It's literally the Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah, literally.
That is the story of the Emperor's New. Now he's going to go and display that to somebody, and he'll go, look how wonderful it is. I paid this for it. It's wonderful, isn't it? And then a small child will go, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And that will be the point where he's just like,
He'll pee his pants.
he has to face up to his fucking internal rubbish that he's not faced up to already, which is you are a big empty space.
Yeah, like
nothing going on with you.
They made sure that they didn't mention who bought it, obviously, because
Yeah.
in case someone tries to rob that sculpture, and they'd be like, "Oh, wow, is that how you lot are going on?"
Do you think you could? What would you put it in? You'd have to say a big van.
Right, someone could actually say they stole it, and then they'd have to prove that they didn't steal it.
They'd have to prove
Imagine
they
they
still got
stole
it in their house.
How would you sell it though? You wouldn't be able to go, "Yo, I got this invisible sculpture." People like,
Maybe
"Bruv,
you could just cut it.
That's my man's invisible sculpture.
Maybe
like.
you could cut it up and sell it in small pieces, like a foot at a time. Just like, yeah, that got sliced up and sold off to private buyers. But then also he's got to prove to people that he's still got it at home. So when he's like, "You didn't steal it," then everyone's like, "It's not there." So
police just all over the house, just like, "Yo, we're trying to find this sculpture. Can you tell me what it looked like?" And he's telling them,
is
as
that
well.
it over there, sir?
Well, it looked like it was like a Buddha. You know, he's like in contemplation.
in a 5 foot space.
If you can, he'll be. That's what they'd say as well. If you can imagine a Buddha, that's it. As soon as you can imagine, it's like, "Bruv, I told you it's there. That's what it looks like. Now go find it."
Yeah.
The guy who stole it, he'd be like, "Bruv, like I've got it. I'm not gonna." Then they come to his yard. "Yeah, police. All right, we need to search for it." He's like, "I'm not gonna tell you where it is." For 2-3 hours, and then in the end, he's like, "Yeah, okay, it's over there, guys. It's there." They pick it up. What, here, yeah,
Let's do it.
pick it up.
Let's do it.
They walk off, and he's like, "Ha ha ha."
Let's
He's
do
still
it.
there.
Let's steal it. Let's send him a video with proof that we've stolen
And we've
his
stolen
statue.
it. Yeah.
It's just down to the power of imagination. If you've got a more powerful, you can convince him that you've stolen it because someone's convinced him that he's brought it, which means that he's very weak-minded or easily influenced or something. So I'm sure that someone could easily influence him that he's now lost it again.
Yeah, it's.
And then just send him a video with balaclavas on
so
where you
stupid,
go,
bro.
"We've got your valuable piece of art. It's here. Look, use your imagination."
Also, as well, I want to know whether he actually, when he's making the sculpture, does he actually do the motion? Does he go through the motion of whatever chiseling or molding, or does he just sit there in contemplation or stand there?
He just imagines that he can sculpt. Yeah.
And does he always see it exactly the same when he's moving it? When he's like, "All right, I better take this over to the auctioneer and
Yeah.
make sure clean it up."
But all the way around, like when he goes to the auctioneer and the auctioneer is like, "What is it?" And he goes, "It's Buddha. Can you see him?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, he's lying back." And he's like, "No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's sitting cross-legged." And then the auctioneer's like, Oh, right. Okay, that's his leg. Oh, right. Yeah, I saw him lying back. And then the guy who buys it, and he's like, "That's brilliant. I love his jade eyes." He hasn't got jade eyes. He's got blue eyes. Oh yeah.
He buys it, and then the guy who sold it is like, "He didn't know that the arm was broken."
Yeah.
He didn't know the arm was broken, boy. That's fucking lucky, man. That one, I was sweating. Man was sweating, boy.
Oh, I got away with that. I got away with selling that in the end, even though it's broken.
Gleam says the police, shut up, you're imagining it. And he says it'll be a good insurance job though. Exactly, man. Like, can you insure that though? That would be interesting to know. This guy who's bought, or girl who's bought the sculpture, the invisible sculpture, can they now, like, yeah, I bought this thing, 12,000. Yeah, I want to insure it. All right, can you show us the thing?
Tom Arnott said, I'd pay someone to clean it every week and just watch them.
Yeah. Imagine that. Yeah, can you clean, just come in. Hello, sir. Clean up the sculpture. Okay, so which one is it? She gets the feather duster out.
You're not going to need that. You're going to need to imagine the biggest feather duster
stand there and
you've ever imagined.
Yeah.
It's a 12-foot feather duster to clean this.
No,
we were like, get one, sir.
Whatever feather duster
you'll find it
wants.
in your mind.
Yeah, you find it in your mind. That's it. Whatever size you want, baby. You just dust away. How big is it? However big you want it to be. Okay. She gets a chair. That, you know, I'll be like, bruv, yep, you know, you make the bid, 20,000, was it 12,000 or 18,000 euros? Bam, yeah, bid, and then when it's time to pay up, I'll be like that. You're like, wow, yeah, it's invisible money, bro. Use your imagination, man. Give me the goddamn thing and you get the fuck out. It's crazy, man. What a crazy world, bruv. But, you know, as long as we're able to see all these things, I think you just have to laugh at it, man. Like, you know, we were talking about, who was it? Oh, the Martin Shkreli, the guy who bought the Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang album. My man paid $2 million US.
Yeah.
For one album. And it was exclusive, innit? It was the only album.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he sold it off or not, but things like that, you know, they're crazy, but at least it's something there. There's something physical. People pay that amount for art anyway in different formats or different forms. So why not? You know, it's the first time it's been done, but something like that's crazy. Same thing with Nipsey Hussle. I believe he did the, what was the mixtape called? It was called Mailbox Money. And he did, it was like $1,000 for one mixtape. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. $1,000 for one mixtape, and he sold them. People bought, I think Jay-Z even bought like 10 copies or something like that. Just to be like, yo, can't knock that hustle, kid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was good or not, but I tried, innit? Tried.
It's good. You do good, yeah. Good, Jay. Yeah,
good Jay. Yeah, so, you know, but these things, like I'm saying, are physical things that you can hold and, you know, hopefully they'll be there for a long time. You can frame them and whatnot. These sort of things. But where it's like, I don't know, do you even get a stand for this invisible sculpture? Like, is it wrapped in anything? Like, what the fuck, man? How the fuck can that happen, bruv? It's like that guy. What's the guy you mentioned? The guy that sold his first tweet.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, I've got that here.
We're living in this kind of world now, man. Where people are selling, what are they called? NFTs, isn't it? NF-fucking-Ts.
So, Jack Dorsey, the creator of Twitter.
Oh, he was the creator of Twitter. Okay,
yeah.
So.
Has sold the first ever tweet for $2.9 million.
What kind of madness is that, man? 9 million?
$2.9 million. 2.1 million pounds.
Bruv.
To a Malaysian-based businessman, so
a tweet,
probably Singapore then. The tweet which said, just setting up my Twitter. just setting up my tweet. I've had better tweets than that, I've got to say. That's not the best tweet I've ever heard. I could have probably sold some of my tweets for better money than... Well, they're more entertaining than that.
Do you think your first ever tweet is this entertaining though?
My first ever
Twitter.
tweet wouldn't be that entertaining, no.
Well,
I can't. I could go through and find it, but it's probably something like...
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, or yo, so and so, I'm on here, like at a famous person. Like they're gonna be like, oh, you, oh, okay.
Yeah. Retweet. I don't even think he had likes then, innit? It was just retweet. Was there
I think it was only 100 and... No, it was
40.
only 140 characters.
Yeah. Back in the day, bro.
Broke Twitter.
Yeah, that was broke Twitter. That was brass Twitter, boy. Brass Twitter weren't about shit. But brass Twitter was way more fun, I must admit.
It was, yeah.
Hashtags like that. We used to go in on the hashtags, man. There was a lot of jokes, but now, I don't know, Twitter's just like, hey, me, I, me, look, ah. Yeah, it's a lot of noise. But this guy, selling his first tweet, I do think it's interesting that him, you know, being the guy who started Twitter and then now claiming that he sold his first ever tweet for this month. It kind of adds value to his whole shebang, innit? His whole, whatever he's got going on with Twitter. Like, obviously, Twitter's fucking everywhere now. When I knew Twitter was everywhere, when it was, like, on the news, where they were like, hey...
Start reading tweets out.
Yeah. That's when you're like, oh, okay, they're gone clear. Like, everything, it's been part of everyone's world like it's normal. You check your email, check your Twitter, you know.
And the BBC and the news people started using tweets as well. They started showing it on screen in probably about 2013 or something. They started saying, you know, so-and-so reported, so-and-so said on Twitter, or so-and-so reported on Twitter, or, you know, and they would show the tweet on screen. And then that started becoming a thing. It says the tweet was brought using Ether cryptocurrency, a rival to Bitcoin. So this is just a fucking scam. This whole thing's just a pyramid scheme. Yeah. He's created something digital, sold it. What they call them, NFTs.
NFT. It's not really there, but it's there. You know what I mean?
Non-fungible token. And then
invisible sculpture.
And then he's converted that into a Bitcoin. Then he just waits for that to go up a little bit.
Yeah. And then bam.
There you go.
Make his little
cash out.
Cash out. Make his little P, big it up, all in the same swift stride. You know what I mean? And he also gets his company out there. Oh, Twitter, tweet. You can sell a tweet now, NFT. Fungible.
Twitter boss donates 15 million to poorer families' funds. That's an old story, I'm presuming. Let's have a look. Follow that. I don't think he's donated the money from his sale of his thingy.
So
for UBI, he's donated it to try and bring in UBI, which is even more dangerous than the Bitcoin, universal basic income. Stay at home, don't work while we let robots do everything, and then we wipe you out when you're just basically these people who just like Wall-E type people.
Yeah. That's it. It's Wall-E, innit? With the and they just like, ooh,
yeah.
So
that's
bad.
Universal basic income. That's the beginning of that. Stay at home and do nothing. All you need is enough to pay for your Netflix.
So at the space, he says, send an invisible toe in the post. It's true, man.
Yeah.
Everything invisible, boy. All invisible. Furthermore, you lot, I got an album coming out in 2 weeks. That's what it'd be like, though. Where's the sculpture?
Imagine.
I got an album coming out, and then people are like,
how many songs do you want?
Yeah, where's the album, man? It's dropped. It's out. I hope you lot are streaming it, man. Yeah, man. Right, what's it called? It's all in your mind. What's it about? All in your mind.
What do you want it to be about?
Yeah, what do you?
It's about your deepest pleasures and fears.
It's your ultimate MYSDIGGI album.
It's your favourite album.
It's madness, bruv. Madness, man. And then people are like, anyway, man. Let me not get too worked up out of this mother lover. What we saying in the chat? So Rumble's saying, imagine they wanted pick literally. You'd have to imagine it like, yeah, you'd have to imagine if you wanted to take a picture or something. It's like, right, everything about it is just like, yeah, people are gonna be like, you're crazy. Are you mad?
Yeah.
And that's why I want to know if it's on a stand or not. If there's any way to be like, because it looked like there was. Right, anyway, man, these people are mad. People are nuts, bruv. You know what I mean? You put that shit on. Man said eBay, yeah. You put it on eBay. Just take a picture of the stand and that. In the first ever invisible sculpture. You try and shot it for more. Just aged a bit in that. With some, or you try to swap it for some. I don't know. It's a non-fungible, meaning it can't be swapped, innit? There's nothing that is equivalent to it.
I think non-fungible was something to do with.
I got it up here. Fungible, of goods contracted
A unique digital certificate that states who owns a photo, video, or other form of online media. Each NFT is unique and acts as a collector's item that can't be duplicated, making them rare by design. But I could duplicate it. Would they just arrest me if I?
How did they?
The same thing?
But wait a minute. How did they? So how did they own the tweet now?
It's an NFT.
So what they screen?
You can
screen
retweet
grab
it. You can like it. You can comment on it, but you can't ever own it. Even though it's on your phone, you've got the same one on your phone as he's got. He hasn't just printed it out and gone, there's the first tweet.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Nah, these new things called NFTs. And so there's this one as well, which is the digital artwork, which exists only as a JPEG, sells at Christie's for $69.3 million after being listed for just $100, making its US creator Beeple the third most valuable living artist behind Jeff Koons and David Hockney, two absolute fakes.
Yeah, and they got the 369 in there as well. You see how they slipped that in there? 693.
Oh yeah, nice spot.
Yeah, it's all fucking dodgy.
Every
man.
Days, the first 5,000 days by Beeple sold for a record $69.3 million on Thursday at Christie's. The artwork, a collage of 5,000 individual images, exists only as a JPEG file.
Stupid ass people, man.
So that's got to be some kind of NFT. Yeah, there you go. It's the most expensive ever non-fungible token, a unique digital token encrypted with an artist's signature which verifies its ownership and authenticity and is permanently attached to the piece.
What kind of a world is that, man? The JPEG.
There you go. That's it there. It's amazing.
What was it? 69.3 million for that.
Oh my God. It's amazing.
So what do they do then with the JPEG? They just like have it as their background or something on everything.
Have it on your phone.
But then you copy it.
Screensaver.
You know, like you go, oh, I'll copy it over, and you go, fuck. Like you're not the only one. You know, like they would be like, nah, I ain't posting that on shit. I ain't letting no one screen grab this shit.
That's his desktop at home. You go on you ask to borrow his laptop, that comes up on his desktop. You can't see where your icons are because it's just loads of little fucking icons. An image made up of icons.
That's
So where's the recycle bin? He's like, in the top corner. Well, I can't. There's loads of really confusing images.
That is scary, man. To think this world's turning into that. Well, is that our next one? Or these are the images?
These are which were made 5,000 individual images, which were made one per day over more than 13 years, and was billed by the auction house as a unique work in the history of digital art. So that's one of the individual images.
He's not pissed that that's online. Like everyone can just grab that, print it up one time, blow that bitch up, bam, framed.
Started to create a work of art each day. Yeah, but imagine how he's gone from basically being a nobody to making 69. Is that him there?
Probably. Look.
Jesus.
He looks like he just made 69.3.
Oh, Mike Winkle, man.
Looks like he's sitting on it. That's why he's all angled off key and shit.
Mike Winkle, man.
The 0.3 is on the shit that he's leaning with the 6'9". 6'9" is on the bit, got him up high.
He's got 69 underneath and 3 on one side.
He's got 6'9" doing a fucking alien probe on him on one side.
A flurry of more than 180 bids in the final hour of the auction bumped up the price by tens of millions. Let's see if he got he's paying Bitcoin as well.
Shout out to D Rocket in the building. What's going on, bruv? Yeah. What? OFB Bitcoin. It's a group from North London. They've got their own Bitcoin. See, this is what I'm saying. A drill crew from North London, they've got their own Bitcoin. How does that happen? How does a drill crew off the streets all of a sudden get, you know what I mean? Like, there's some infiltration going on with all these youths. Like, I feel like this whole drill thing, and honestly, I feel like with, you know, the rap world in general, whether it be trap, but, you know, what they call hip-hop, I think there's a lot of weird shit going on of late. But I need to do more investigation on that before I start going crazy. Shout out to Craig.
Yeah, but
Craig's in the building.
Let me just look these up. OFB.
OFB.
Bitcoin. Man
Deep,
said
man.
OFB coin. This is from Reddit.
From Reddit. Yeah, man. All this shit it's almost like I guess they're trying to like turn it into this thing like, oh, you can make a lot of money from this. You can become rich. You can do well with this. And so people are like, yeah, jump on it now before, you know. So everyone sort of jumps on it, not realizing. I feel like not realizing they're jumping off the boat. You know what I mean? Into another now. This is a whole nother world where, you know, literally everyone knows, man, your battery might run out. You know, I don't know if it can happen or not, but people talk about them unplugging the internet. Like, what if the internet goes down? There are all these things that, and then even worse still, what's his name? Your boy Schwab, Klaus Schwabel. My man's talking about
Another drill rapper.
Another drill rapper, Klaus Schwab.
Klaus
Schwab. Yeah, my man's talking about, oh, it's inevitable there will be a cyber attack. You know, like giving you the bruv. And everyone's jumping on this shit. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Yeah, so it's interesting that some group off the streets now are pushing this thing, because that's even more sounds like, you know, they're trying to get everyone on this whole digital currency thing. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, but sign up to the new Diggy coin that's going to be coming out next week.
And then what?
Have our own coin. We'll release a coin just for the show. You can
you can purchase things from
you can purchase
via my website.
The new Invisible album is available on invisible tape and invisible vinyl.
Yeah, we've got some free invisible t-shirts we want to give out, man. So
you just send some Diggy coin, buy some Diggy coin.
All you got to do to enter is £10 to, you know what I mean? People just be hustling now. Yeah. Hi, Mice. I don't think I got the t-shirt. Like, yeah. I sent it to you, man. No, well, you know, I thought like you'd send it in like an envelope or something like that. Well, you know it's invisible. Yeah, but I thought that you'd give, you know, you'd give us like in an envelope, obviously, just because that's how you send things, and then we know we've got it, sort of thing, because it's invisible.
No, it's signed for.
And I was like, yeah, everything's invisible, man.
Even by invisible mail.
Like, exactly. I give you an invisible envelope. Like, I put it in an invisible envelope as well. Signed it, everything, man. You see the signature on there. Gave you a shout out. You see the little secret message I gave you as well that I'll never say again. It's an NFT message.
That's proof that it's yours. That's proof that belongs to you.
That's the seal of approval right there, boy. The invisible seal. Nuts, man. Madness going on out there.
Craig's making a good point there.
He says, what's that?
All this digital crap is trying to make us hold value in fake bollocks, We all know the things that hold true value, our peoples and connections between us all.
You're damn right, man. That's why I appreciate you, mother lovers, man. Talking some sense. And that's very true. It feels like, like I've been saying, man, you know, the social distancing, I feel like it started back on MySpace. I think it got worse, obviously, once we started getting these. Before, you used to jump on your computer, you know what I mean? To be on whatever message board or, all the MySpace days. And I think Facebook slowly started creeping in. But when it turned into like it's on your phone, one thing I hate about having, these fucking, they call them smartphones, but they turn us into dumb people. One thing I hate is where you've got everything coming to one spot now. It's like email, WhatsApp, friggin' Insta, Twitter, Facebook. It's like everything. You realize how much it's like, it's a bit overboard and it's too much. But what's worse is it makes it convenient in terms of talking to people. Like now, a lot of people, they don't really speak on the phone as much. They're more texting and WhatsApping and whatnot. And I feel like it takes away from, to go with what Craig's saying, it's almost like it takes us away from being human and communicating like we're supposed to. And that's the part where I feel like, that's the social distancing right there. They call it social networking, but it's actually quite unsocial because we're talking to each other and not really like feeling any vibration off the back of that. You're just reading these words and then getting confused as to whether they're jokes or they're taking, and all these different things. And then, all these kids now, they find it awkward. They find it awkward to even chat to people, face to face. It's madness, man. So, the digital crap is definitely distracting us from who we really are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gleam says the world's biggest taxi company owns 0 taxis. Is that an Uber or whatever? Oh, no, you're on about... Man, I don't even know who he's on about.
Yeah.
Would it be Uber? Because even like black cabs and all that, they don't.
No,
the
Uber,
actual drivers own their cabs, isn't it? And then Uber is the same thing. Yeah, Jesus, that's a good point. I never even thought about that, man. You can't knock the hustle. Remember when Uber was mad cheap, boy? It's still kind of cheap, isn't it? It's not really, but jeez. You get from there to there, you're like, right, £5, boss. You for real? All right, quick, just bam, bam, bam. Uber. In France, like here, they were kind of, black cabs were like, oh, don't get in an Uber. Like, I got a friend who's black cab driver, and I didn't know about the beef, but I mentioned the kind of joke or something about Uber on Insta, and then he commented about, the Ubers, you don't want to get in there because the way they treat their, he came from that angle. It was like, the way they treat their employees, man.
They have to piss in a bottle, not allowed to have toilet break.
Yeah. They can't roll the windows down. So he, and then I was like, oh, right, there's a little beef between, like cab drivers, normal cab drivers, and then Uber. But in France, they don't play around, bruv. Them lot, the cab drivers out there, they were like, bun the Uber drivers. They tipped over one car, Uber car, the Prius, and set it on fire. Like, they weren't playing around. They was like, bruv, if you lot going to try to take over our territory, what's this? Mon frère. Yeah, putain. Yeah, man. They weren't playing around. So what's that? And the world's biggest retailer, Alibaba, owns no stock. That's deep as well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
So everyone's running invisible businesses.
Airbnb, they own no hotels, and he's saying they're the world's biggest accommodation provider. That's fucking interesting, man. Well spotted, Gleam. Yeah, what a world. I mean, it kind of gives us a bit of an idea as to how you really make things work in this world if you want to be successful on a financial level, It kind of shows that because just to think about that, look at those big-ass companies, the world, the biggest companies in their field. It's funny because Alibaba, you go on there and it's just like, what is going on? It's like they sell everything. And sometimes it's mad that they'll be like, yo, we'll pay you to buy to buy this. Or shit is just like, yeah, this costs nothing. All you pay is just the posting. You're like, what? What is going on here? It's just random kind of, but yeah, I didn't even know that that's how it works. It's just everyone kind of sells on there. I guess similar to eBay in a way, innit? eBay it doesn't have its own stock.
Yeah, true.
Airbnb, really, yeah. Do you think it's going there as well? Like where everyone's just going to be renting their shit, they're not going to own it, even though they don't. Anyway.
I think that's where they want it to go, don't they?
It's like they want
that's
people
what
to know.
That's what the 2030,
yeah,
the Great Reset stuff is. You'll what is it? You'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
You'll be happy. So it's like they want they want us to now know that this is the case. Like at the moment, you know what I mean? People think they own whatever, but they don't. It's like if you don't own the land, then you probably don't own the house either. You know, and you're the registered keeper and all that stuff of the car.
Yeah.
But then now they want to. So people don't know, but then now they're openly they're going to go, by the way, you didn't read this.
You never
problem.
owned all that. Yeah.
You never owned it anyway.
Yeah.
And you know.
But Moss Brothers have just started. They're the first company to do clothes rental. So you pay a subscription, you get 4 items of clothing a month. You know, suits or whatever, and then you can. When at the end of the month, you send them back. You don't even have to clean them. You just send them back. They clean them, and then you can pick 4 more items of clothing. So they're doing subscription on clothing. Moss Brothers.
Subscription on clothing.
Yeah, so you don't own the suit. You just rent the suit for a month, or you rent a jumper and a suit and a shirt.
What if you damage it?
I suppose it's all built into the model. Is that they you know, if you damage it, then they get some insurance, or they sell it cheaply, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like you probably end up if you rent. I don't know. So you can rent it for a day, or you only rent it
monthly. You do a monthly subscription. 4 items
so
a
it
month.
sounds like what they're doing is probably making back for that outfit anyway, and then possibly selling it on second hand or something. You know, it'd be a bit weird to think that you're renting some garments that have already been worn and
I suppose
then they're gonna go into someone else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like when do you go? Okay, yeah,
and like how badly soiled are they when you send them back? You're just like, I've absolutely trashed them pair of trousers. They're never gonna be worn again.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
well, I was doing all kind of skating around.
Yeah,
food fights.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? What kind of world is this, man? People are renting their garments. Yeah, I'll just wear these for like a month and then move on. I like this new. Yeah, thanks, man.
You know,
this new pair of socks. Yeah,
I mean that's the rate they must think people buy stuff at is 4 things a month. You know, because that's they've said it at a point where you're going to want to do it, and you know, it's all the the problem with the devil. You know, everything that they arrange is done to tempt you. It's not done to they're not doing it because they're not doing that because that's what they want to do. They would rather just rent you 1 item a month, but they know that they've got to tempt you to take part in it. And they've got a Netflix has to have all your favorite shows, or Amazon has to have. There's a reason why Prime works out better for you than not having Prime. The TV's extra, but actually the TV is probably the thing that everybody's now using, isn't they? That came as an extra. Originally it was you get Prime, you get next day deliveries and all that sort of thing, but then you've got the TV as an extra. But a lot of people just watch Prime now because we've done that switch now from telly to to like computer or internet thing.
They eased it in it.
Yeah,
they just made it more
definitely,
and more like, oh, TV's boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, switch.
Same watch it when you want. You can binge watch a whole series whenever you want. Just stay in for 12 hours watching TV.
Yeah.
Rather than half hour that you used to watch before and then go out.
Yeah. Boy, they're trying it, bro. They're trying it, man. And then even the programs as well. You're like, yo, there's little what they call them, Easter eggs everywhere, man. Shout out to the nice one. Yes. Jay, what's going on? In the building. Tuned in live. That's good to see, man. How's it going down there? You know what I mean? I've got a feeling he's out in Kiwi land. from that question. I answered your question, I think it was last week, to do with P Money. Shout out to P Money and Scribe, all the crew out there in NZ, man. Jeez, I miss my NZ crew. I ain't gonna lie, man. And the Australians, oh, mate. We got to get back down there soon. Somehow, some way. Even if we got to swim down there. Look, I'm on my way now, matter of fact. Yeah, man. You're live right here. Myself, MYSDIGGI, my brother Dan DNA. This is something you might not never know nothing about, the podcast right here. And how long will we going on? Nearly 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, 2:23, including the videos at the beginning. Yeah.
2:23. Jeez. Yeah, I think that's probably about time to wrap it, you know.
Yeah.
2 hours. We managed to get on Twitch as well. Shout out to Son of Noise. Yes, man. Son of Noise UK and More One. They were on the Twitch stream. As you know, mother lovers, we are building this up on our way to try and do something, you know what I mean, for all the people out there that need it, because damn sure we need it, boy. I'm going to be chatting to a few other artists, of course, and a few other interesting people, man, because I think it's definitely time that we start expanding our minds and, you know what I mean, thinking about how we can get ourselves out of this crazy matrix in some form of way, you know what I mean, to where the future looks a lot brighter than it seems to be looking right now. Yeah, and so Gleam, he's right, man. He said all it takes is for one rich man to put value in nothing and others follow, hoping for the value to rub off on them. It's true, man. The rich man waits for the masses to subscribe and pulls out to stay rich. That's exactly it, man. And another thing as well is like wealthy people, one thing they do is there's a quote which is own nothing, control everything. So they work in the private world, you know, there's like a whole world that we don't know about. And where it's like you can work, you know, when people change their name and all that, your legal name and whatnot, but you can work in the private where it's like you own it, but you don't own it in legal sense. So that way you can't be taxed on it. And so there's a lot of people that do all that. All them people that people complain about, I think it was Jimmy Carr, and there are people that are like, oh, they dodge taxes and that. We're all meant to be doing that, bruv, because it's almost like it's a game. And unless you know how the rules or what the rules are, you know, you're going to be stuck with, you know what I mean? We're going to be the pawns out there on that board. So, yeah, we got to sort that out. But listen, Gleam says, oh, what's that? Do you get a couple of gigs WAM bandwidth with the suit subscription in case you add a few pounds? Shoka. Yo, peace out to everyone, man. I appreciate you locking in. Nice one, James says, I've got tuned into last week's episode. I'm actually from the UK. He said he's from the UK and he just checked hip hop from everywhere. Wicked, man. Wicked, man. I thought he's from NZ the way he's like, yo, how'd you link up P Money? Still. Shout to Locke. Shout to Craig RS. He says, just wait for the Neuralink. Then they're going to have us renting out sections of our brain to the next man. Fuck, you know, bruv, innit? Yo, peace to Locke. He says, nice conversation that flown by. You're damn right, bruv. It did fly by, man. Appreciate you lot, man. And I'll see you lot next week. Make sure you share this if you can. Get people to subscribe. Get more people involved. Because I want to, obviously, I want to build up the channels, you know, and the views and whatnot, so that when I ask people to get on, they don't feel like they're just doing me a favor, and you know what I mean? But obviously we got to get it to a certain space. But right now we're just building in terms of the setup. As we told people, we're going to do our best to step it up every week. And so this time around, you see we got a little green screen going on, you know what I mean? We just got to work out the configuration right around here. We'll get that sorted though. Shout out to Farmer Flaves with the baked buds. They help you get to sleep quite well, actually. Shout to all the crew. Who else is that? What does that say? That says, oh, that's the restream thing.
Craig RS.
Space.
Get some gigs sorted in the Netherlands so I can check I think he means MYSDIGGI there. A MYSDIGGI set with a fat spliff in hand.
Yeah,
Shouts
boy.
from Amsterdam. So
right.
maybe, Craig, you can organise some shows in Amsterdam.
Yeah, man. Shout to Optimistic Junglist. You just tuned in, man. But yeah, we're about to be out. You know, we did a little 2 hours and a change. And we don't want to, you know, take up too many people's time when it comes to this. We're getting into Thursday now, which means the weekend is just around the corner, bitches and bitchettes. So that means it's time. Hey, parties, man. When are the parties starting? Like, what the fuck, man? I'm wondering if it's like, okay, are people waiting for like 21 gun salute and then we're allowed to just do things as normal, or what? Are we just going to build it into this forgotten future?
Because it is nice out. It's not like we haven't got the weather for having parties.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are still gonna be on that thing of like being a bit cautious about things before they start taking steps out, and then before the next variant gets them, then there'll be another variant. Yeah, I went out today and it was empty out.
People still shook in it.
They've just announced in Kingston that there's a variant on the loose, so nobody was out.
Serious?
Very weird. Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to More One. Yes.
If you have nightmares about the alien probes space, don't tell anyone, mate.
I won't. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in, man. Oh, there's an eclipse in the morning. Shout out to Ken F. Eclipse in the morning. I wonder what time. Is it an eclipse of the moon or an eclipse of the sun? Who knows? But we'll find out soon. Anyway, I'm off to go swim with the wonderful fish. I used to hang out with this turtle back in the day, so he's cool with me. Shit.